Hey, let's switch over. So,
you want to talk about some yeast?
we made a joke. Yeah, we made a joke a few minutes ago about BC slowly becoming the yeast guy, and you kind of took it as like I think you got offended by it, but I would take it as a compliment because I definitely see you as a competent yeast knower.
A competent yeast knower.
Where I feel like I'm a novice in that category, you know?
I guess I think you may have used more yeasts than
That doesn't mean I know everything about them, you know what I mean?
I suppose. So this one, this is like an actual like study.
Yeah. No,
Anyway, so it's coming out of Ireland, and I'll throw the image here on the screen so you can check it out. So there are two types of yeast commonly used in homebrewing.
Mm-hmm.
There's Cerevisiae and Pastorius. So that's your regular old ale and wine yeasts and your lager yeast.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Pastorius is a hybrid of Cerevisiae and another yeast, right? And so I guess in 2011 they discovered this what would be the other yeast in that hybrid. And so now it has been found in Ireland and confirmed to indeed genetically be that missing link, so to speak. So the title on this is a little bit unclear because it makes it seem like a new lager yeast was discovered. But in fact, it's actually the missing link of the two yeasts that were hybridized to make Pastorius. And make I'll use like loosely because it probably happened naturally on its own, right? And so anyway, it's super cool that this research is ongoing. It reminds me a lot of the research we talk about into Kvike strains and like finding those ancestral lines of yeast. And so this just like contributes to the body of knowledge about where our modern brewing lager yeasts came from.
Right.
Which I think is super cool.
There's I do love that we're able to trace things back now. Like we're able to find all these origins, and it does become confirming of like how long we've known about beer. And I feel like the more, or beer, I say beer specifically with that one, but just brewing in general. And now you look at, not on a topic to talk about, but the dialyzed yeast and the expansion of yeast capabilities, for lack of a better term. It's pretty interesting. It is wild what we can do. And it just continues to point to the fact that yeasts do contribute a lot of things to your brew. And I think it's important to continue to denote that for the homebrewing world. Not all yeast are created equal.
They are not created equal. No, this research is super cool. Once the stream is done, maybe tomorrow or the next day, we'll have links to this stuff if you haven't Googled it already. But this actual article explains it probably way more in depth and better than I ever could.
Yeah.
And it's super interesting stuff.